Hi students, I hope you understood what we have discussed in the previous session about Pythagoras theorem and its converse of Pythagoras theorem. And today we are going to discuss some of the questions from exercise 6.5 which are belongs to the Pythagoras and its converse. Based on those two theorems we are going to discuss from the exercise 6.5. So exercise 6.5 question number 1. Sides of triangle are given below. Determine which of them are right triangles. In case of right triangles, write the length of its hypotenuse. So there are 4 questions. We have to identify whether they are the sides of a right triangle or not. If they are, then write the length of the hypotenuse. So in question number 1 he said which of the following are right triangle sides of the right angle triangle. So as we know Pythagoras property, the larger square, that is hypotenuse square, is equals to sum of the squares of other two sides. But which is the larger? That is the hypotenuse. If they are following the property of Pythagoras property. So here given that one is 7 centimeter, 24 centimeter and 25 centimeter. Observe it. So smaller one 7 square plus 24 square. 7 square is how much? 49 plus 24 576, which if you add these two 625. Now you find out 25 square also whether it is. So 625. Therefore, you see smaller one sides of the other two, sum of the squares of two sides is equals to the larger square. So that is 7 square plus 24 square is equals to 25 square. Therefore, he is asking, then write the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse larger side is nothing but hypotenuse. Larger side is the hypotenuse. Larger side is the hypotenuse, that is 25. That is 25. So we are finding the sum of the squares. Then if you add those two, it should be equal to the larger value. That is the Pythagoras property. Sum of the squares of other two sides is equal to hypotenuse square. Now let us see one more bit in this, that is question bit number 3, solution. Given that 50 centimeter, 80 centimeter and 100 centimeter. So in this 50, 80 and 100, 100 is the larger one. So 100 is the larger one in this. That means for 50 square plus 80 square, you find out first 50 square plus 80 square. So which is equals to 50 into 50, 2500 plus 80 into 80, 6400, which will give you 2500 plus 6400, that is 7900. 80 into 80, 8 8s are 64. Now find out 100 square also. 100 square, which is equals to 10,000. Are they equal? 7,900 is not equal to 10,000. 7,900 is not equal to 10,000. Are you following? So, which is? Observe it clearly. They are not equal. Here, it is 8,900. Sorry, Nana. 2,500 plus 6,400, it is 8,900. 2,500 plus 6,400 is 8,900. I'm sorry. So 100 square is equals to 10,000. 8,900 is not equal to 10,000. Therefore, 50 square plus 80 square is not equal to 100 square. Therefore, these are not the sides of right triangle. right triangle. And even in the first question also you have to write, yes, the given sides are first right triangles. Here you write that. So 7 square plus 24 square is equals to 25 square. Therefore 7, 24, 25. Like, I'll repeat again here. So that statement we forgot to write. So 7 centimeter, then 24 centimeter and 25 centimeter are the sides of right triangle. If they are right triangle, then you have to write the hypotenuse. Therefore the larger side is the hypotenuse so which is equals, that is 25. Hypotenuse is 25. Is it clear? I hope you understood how to identify. Now question number 3. In the given figure, ABD is a triangle, right angle at A, and AC is perpendicular to BD. Show that first one, AB square is equals to BC into BD. Second one, AC square is equals to BC into DC. Third one, AD square is equals to BD into CD. Question number 3. Yeah, look here. So in triangle ABD, angle, right angle is at A, that is 90 degrees, and AC is perpendicular to BD. We have to prove all this. So to prove this, for proving, first one, so consider triangle BAC and consider triangle BAC and triangle BDA. Triangle BDA. In that, see, triangle BAC is similar. Angle B is common in both. Angle B is equals to angle B. Angle B is common. And we know that two right triangles are always similar when we are comparing the common angles. Angle B is equals to angle B, and angle BCA is equals to, observe it, angle BCA is equals to angle BAD, angle BCA is equals to BAD, which is equals to 90 degrees. So here angle, both are angles. So by AA similarity, the two triangles are similar. I am just explaining to you that two triangles are similar. Why the triangles are similar? The right triangle, here one angle is 90 degrees, here angle is 90 degrees, and common angle is B. So they both are similar triangles. So in similar triangles, their corresponding sides are in proportion. So triangle BAC is similar to triangle BDA by AA similarity. Once they are similar, their corresponding sides will be in proportion. The corresponding sides are BA by, triangle is BA by, observe it, which triangles we assumed? BAC and BDA. So in that, BA by BD is equals to BC corresponding side, BC by BA. Now just cross multiplication. Here these all the things, here we know that these triangles are similar. Okay. So corresponding sides are in proportion. Sides in proportion, you can write sides in proportion. Now once you cross multiply BA into BA is equals to BC into BD. So BA into BA, that is BA square is equals to BC into BD. See here, we got the first one. This is the first one what we need. We got. This is first one. Okay. We proved AB square is equals to, which is AB. BA is nothing but AB. So AB square. Therefore you can write as AB square is equals to BC into BD. That also you can write. Anything is same, either BA or AB. Okay. Do you understand here? Yes. Next. Now the question, second bit. To prove second one. See, for the second one, to prove second one, we are considering now another two triangles. We are considering the other two triangles here. What are those two triangles we are considering? So you have to prove that AC square is equals to BC into DC. So we need to consider here the triangle BAC and. So now consider triangle BAC and triangle ADC. In that BAC and ADC, they both are right triangles. ADC and BAC. What is the common here? Can you observe it? BAC and ADC. The two triangles, right triangles, when you draw a perpendicular, okay, so either sides of the triangle are similar to the whole triangle and they are also similar. So triangle BAC and triangle ADC is similar. BAC is similar to triangle ADC. Once these triangles are similar, okay, BAC and ADC, that 6.7 theorem, what it says, if you draw a perpendicular to the right triangle, even that also, here also you can write the same statement. If you draw a perpendicular to the right triangle from right angle to the hypotenuse, that line, either sides of the triangles are similar to whole triangle and they are similar to each other. That's what, here no need to write even this part, directly you can use the statement. So once the triangles are similar, their corresponding sides will be in proportion, that is AC by DC is equals to BC by AC. Observe it. AC by DC is equals to BC by AC. Sides are in proportion. Even here either this or by, instead of AA similarity, even you can write this one. I will explain after this. AC by DC is equals to BC by AC. Cross multiplication, if you do, AC into AC is equals to DC into BC. So AC square is equals to DC into BC. That's what the second one, I think so. BC into DC. Okay, this is second one. We got second one. Now third one, you see. What is third one? To prove third one. To prove consider triangle BAD and triangle ACD. BAD and ACD and triangle ACD. So BAD is similar to triangle ACD by here also by 6.7 theorem, by 6.7 theorem, or here also you can write or 6.7 theorem, theorem number 6.7, either by this or by this 6.7 theorem they are similar. Are you following? So BAD is similar to triangle ACD. Once the triangles are similar, their corresponding sides will be in proportion, that is AD by CD is equals to AD by CD is equals to BD by AD, corresponding sides. See, AD by CD is equals to BD by AD. So now cross multiplication. So AD into AD, you get AD into AD is equals to here BD into this part, BD into CD. So now we are getting AD into AD is AD square is equals to BD into CD. This is third one what he is asking in the question. So we are applying just angles. The triangles are similar, then sides will be in proportion. Sides in proportion. Sides are in proportion. Why sides in proportion? Once the triangles are similar triangles, their corresponding sides will be in proportion. And here you see, I just wrote here AA similarity. Without this also directly you can write theorem 6.7. By theorem 6.7, what it says? From a right angle triangle, in a right angle triangle, if you draw from vertex of the right triangle to the hypotenuse a perpendicular, that line, either sides of the triangles are similar to the whole triangle and they are similar to each other. So that concept we are using in this. I hope you understood. Let us see now question number 5. ABC is an isosceles triangle with AC is equals to BC. If AB square is equals to 2 times of AC square, prove that ABC is a right triangle. So what is given in the question? He gave that it is an isosceles triangle and AB square is equals to 2 times of AC square. Prove that ABC is a right triangle. We have to prove that ABC is a right triangle. Let us see that. So this is a triangle ABC, in that AC is equals to BC. Okay. So we have to prove that AB square is equals to, so ABC. What is given? AC is equals to BC. That is given in the question. These two sides are equal. This side is equal to this side. Okay. Now we have to prove that it is a right triangle. It's a right triangle means how to prove? The angle, one of the angle must be 90 degrees. One of the angle must be 90 degrees. So given in triangle ABC, AC is equals to BC, and also given that AB square is equals to 2 times of AC square. And we need to prove that angle here required to prove. What we have to prove here? Angle, one of the angle, that is ABC is a right triangle. ABC is a right triangle. ABC is a right triangle, or you can prove it. Actually, if two sides are equal, definitely these two angles won't be equal to 90 degrees. So one more is what? Angle ACB is equals to 90 degrees. That you have to prove. Either ABC is a right angle means one of the angle must be 90 degrees. Proof. If you observe here, as given, AB square is equals to, observe it carefully, very easy. AB square is equals to 2 times of AC square. We know 2 times of AC square is nothing but, so AB square is equals to, here I am writing AC square plus AC square. Observe it, 2 times of AC square means I am just writing as AC square plus AC square. Now AB square is equals to AC square plus, instead of AC I am writing as BC square. Why? AC is equals to BC, that is given in the question. Now you observe it. In a triangle, AB square is equals to AC square plus BC square means it is happened only one square. Side of one square is equals to sum of the squares of the other two sides. It happens only in right triangle. Pythagoras property. So by converse of, so AC square plus BC square is equals to AB square. If square of one side is equals to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, then the angle sorry, the angle opposite to the first side is, the angle opposite to the first side is 90 degrees. So therefore by converse of Pythagoras, by converse of Pythagoras, angle ACB is equals to 90 degrees. By converse of Pythagoras, angle ACB is equals to 90 degrees. Do you understand? Is it clear? Right. So let us see question number 7. Prove that the sum of the squares of sides of a rhombus is equal to the sum of the squares of the diagonals. So rhombus is given. Observe it. Rhombus. In rhombus, all sides are equal. In rhombus, all sides are equal. That we know, right? So this is A, B, C, D. And even we know that the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. The diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Where they are meeting, the point is O. So the length as AO is equals to OC and BO is equals to DO. These are equal, as well as all sides are equal. Okay. So given ABCD is a rhombus, and we have to prove that. Required to prove, what we have to prove? Sum of the squares of the sides of the rhombus. That means AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square is equals to sum of the squares of diagonals. That is AC square plus BD square. AC square plus BD square. Observe it. AC square plus BD square. Now proof. So before proving, we know that first we will write as we know. What we know? All the sides are equal in rhombus. AB is equals to BC is equals to CD is equals to DA. All sides are equal in rhombus. And diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Diagonals are perpendicular bisectors to each other. The meaning is what? AC is perpendicular to BD, where they are meeting, which this implies AO is equals to OC and BO is equals to OD. Observe it. This property we learned in the earlier classes and in class 9th also. Diagonals. In class 7th we discussed about the rhombus, and 9th class also we proved diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors to each other. So AC is perpendicular to BD and it is a bisector, perpendicular bisector, meaning is what? AO is equals to OC and BO is equals to OD. Now, so in that consider triangle AOB. Observe it. AOB. Angle AOB is equals to 90 degrees. Angle AOB is equals to 90 degrees. So according to Pythagoras property, opposite to 90 degrees, hypotenuse square is equals to, that is, so AB square is equals to AO square plus, observe it, AO square plus BO square, which is by Pythagoras, by Pythagoras property or theorem. So now AB square is equals to AO square plus BO square. Observe it, AO is nothing but half of BC. Diagonals are meeting at the point O. So AO is half of AC. Clearly you see, very easiest one. AB square is equals to AO is nothing but half of, because this AO is equals to OC. So AO is half of AC square plus, and similarly BO is half of BD. So half of BD whole square. As we know, AO is equals to, here I am writing in the bracket, AO is equals to, observe it, AO is equals to half of AC and BO is equals to half of BD, because diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Next, AB square is equals to, square is applicable for all the terms. So 1 square is nothing but 1 by 2, 2 square is nothing but 4. So I can write this one AC square by 4. Did you observe? Square is for all the terms. 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 1 into AC square is AC square plus, then here 1 by 2 whole square, that is 1 by 4, that is 1 by 4, which is nothing but BD square by 4. Or you can write 1 by 4 into AC square is equals to, that way also you can write. If you didn't understand this step, we'll write again in the next step, that one. 1 by 2 square is 1 by 4 AC square plus 1 by 4 BD square. Now in these two, you observe it clearly, they both are 1 into AC square, which is nothing but, so 1 by 4 if we take out common, AC square plus BD square, observe it, AC square plus BD square, which is equals to AB square. Now what I am doing, transpose this 4 this side, transposing this side, then 4 into AB square is equals to AC square plus BD square, AC square plus BD square. AC square plus BD square. Now which is equals to, so 4AB square is equals to AC square plus BD square. Next you see here 4 times of AB square, but all the sides are equal. Instead of AB, what I am writing, so AB square instead of AB 4 times, so all sides are equal. Are you following? This is, so AB square plus BC square. If you want, you can write one more step over here, that is AB square plus AB square plus AB square plus AB square is equals to AC square plus BD square. Here 4 times is there, so I just wrote 4 times, but all sides are equal. AB is equals to BC. So next step I am writing AB square plus, instead of this AB I am writing as BC square, plus next step I am writing instead of AB CD square plus, then last one, that is DA square, which is equals to AC square plus BD square. So hence sum of the squares of the sides of a rhombus are equal to the sum of the squares of the diagonals. Do you understand? We know the property that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors to each other and each side is equal. All sides are equal. I hope it is clear to you. Do you understand? So I hope you understood what we have discussed in today's session. The leftover questions from the exercise 6.5 we see in a next session. Here we have some homework questions from exercise 6.5. Question number 1, second and fourth bit, and question number 2, 4 and 9. So question number 6 and 8, these all we will be discussing in the next session. I hope you understood today's session. Thank you. We'll meet again in the next session.